Previously on Interesting Things.
I am the scientist. I am the engineer. I am the designer in the ivory tower, pulling ideas, innovations, and new designs from thin air, literally, bringing these designs into the world, into your lives. I am the designer in the ivory tower.
And now, the continuation.
Oh, good morning and hi. I'm back for discussion of a new season of work at Plain Space Design. Since it's been a while, there's a lot to catch up on, but I'm not going to try to belabor the point. What I would like to do is just change the name, first of all, from work at Plain Space Design to day by day, so that I can put it in a casual mode. We're not exactly talking about the formalities, but just keeping a record of the things that are going on here. A lot of it you'll be able to see, but some of it I will have to tell you about. For instance, I'm about to change my position as the owner of the company, and I'm presently seeking out a new owner to take that role. And I will do less of that type of work and more of the laboratory research engineering type of work, but not a whole lot of that either. Just more or less as a director. So my new title here at Plain Space Design is founder slash owner. That owner portion of the title is slowly going away. Now, I'm going to share with you the things that I have been doing here since the last season, and we've completed the business of the ellipse calculations. Then, after that, I didn't really go all the way to the solution of the problem. I have this thing where I will more or less create a problem, an important problem, for free. But when it comes to solving it, I really need to be paid for that. And I didn't say that before because I feel somewhat ashamed of seeing things that way, but it is definitely in accord with the way of the world today. Everybody expects and wants to get paid, and it's unusual if you don't get paid for things, especially important things. So that is just, I set up the problem for it, I brought the problem to light, and I put it in position to be solved. But I did not go all the way to solving it myself, even though I know that I can. But I would rather do something that I get paid for with my time. Anyway, with that shameful confession, we'll begin to talk about what's going on at Plain Space Design today and catch you up with the activities that I've been undertaking. Here I have my show and tell box. items that will kind of give you an idea of what's been going on here. I think the biggest change over the year or so since I last communicated with you is that I've added additive manufacturing to the things that I'm beginning to indulge in here. I've been in that field as an observer and had intense interest from the beginnings when I first went to a Stratasys seminar at a local hotel here. I received the invitation and I was good enough to go there and see what they were talking about, and they were introducing at that time the concept of 3D printing. So as I remember, Stratasys was the first experience that I had, but it was such a huge machine, it was expensive. But I have waited decades to actually have my own capabilities for additive manufacturing. And so what am I doing with my additive manufacturing capabilities? Well, I have started to develop prototypes for propulsion. I started the propulsion laboratory here, propulsion dynamics laboratory, in fact, called it PDL, propulsion dynamics lab. And in that, I have put together a couple of prototypes that you may be able to find online on my webpage if you want to view those, just to proof of concepts. But then beyond that particular propulsion activity, I have some things that I have been doing with CubeSats. These are the objects that I use to familiarize myself with the look and feel of CubeSats. This is a 100 by 100 by 100 cube that would have to be populated with a variety of things that would turn it into a satellite. And my propulsion system parts. Here I have been to develop parts for prototypes. These need to be assembled. Here's one that is assembled, and these are going to be primary components inside of the propulsion system. Maybe I should put it a little closer so that you can see it. Primary components that go inside of the propulsion system, and actually this is top secret stuff. So I really am making a mistake by showing all that. But I print the part for it. I keep my unused filament because I want to be in the filament recycling, being on that movement, because that seems to be working. And so I printed out various things, and everything in here can be considered a prototype, the first of its kind, or the first generation of large scale or larger scale developments. And that's where plain space design is today. So in future episodes, I will begin to step back and show more of the details of how I got to this point, and maybe share some of the technology and research that goes into getting to this point. And I hope that I have good luck in finding the new owner for my company, so that I can spend more time doing this and less time doing the administrative tasks, which really were small, but if a company is to grow, then so does the administrative requirements and work. Toodaloo, and thank you. So today is February 17th, and I'm getting you caught up on what I've been doing here, plane space design. I've been working on getting the propulsion system based on inertia principles to into a prototype form so that I can actually begin to use it for experiments and development, and to also refine the design. Right here, I seem to have worked my way to outfitting the installation or integration of the propulsion system into a CubeSat frame. And at this point, I can actually start operating them, putting in the electronics and the guide and slide components for linear motion, and the mass transfer system. And it turns out that all of that can be put into 2U CubeSat form, but also I can get it into a 1U CubeSat form. So the dimensions that I have placed on the components for the thruster are just right to fit within a 1U CubeSat, and leaving room also for the mass transfer system, the electronics and avionics, astronautics, and maybe even some instruments. So I think I've done pretty good in bringing this into prototype form. It's February 17th, and I'm kind of overjoyed. It's one of these eureka days because I didn't suspect, I wasn't thinking to work towards this. I was going to design another fuselage to fit it into, and I said, wait a minute, as I was placing it on my ruler, I noticed that everything was less than 100 millimeters. And that every time I think 100 millimeters, CubeSats pop into my mind automatically. So I brought out my CubeSat frames, and lo and behold, look, it all fits together nicely with space to spare. So I'm on a good trajectory with this development. Thank you for keeping up with this. If you are keeping up with this, if you're just starting, keep looking. I'm hoping that I will do something worth your time. March 5th, 2025. This is the finished first iteration of a CubeSat design, and the purpose of it was to get a propulsion system within the space of a CubeSat format. That's 100 by 100 cube, and I did achieve some of the spatial objectives. I can achieve even more reduction of amount of material that is used to accomplish this goal. So this is not the end of the process, just the first iteration. Performance is nothing to speak of except the fact that it confirms concepts, but that is it. And that's enough. You can learn a lot just from the first iteration here. I have learned a lot.